Okay, in this video here I want to go over one more graphing assignment, or graphing problem, and we're going to get on to something else. Okay, x plus y equals 5, and then negative 2x plus y equals negative 4. So this is x, this is y, and my job is to figure out where the lines cross. So, I'm going to just make my table right here, okay? So on one side we have x plus y equals 5. And on the other side we have negative 2x plus y equals negative 4. Now do you have y and x in the equation? Yup. Is the y by itself? Nope. So I apply a 1 in front of the x and a 1 in front of the y. Then I dot the y, I make sure I know the y's multiplier and circle it, okay, because that's the letter I'm concerned about. Now, that 1y is already positive, so I put a check, okay. So I take out the 1x by subtracting. So you make a 0x and you can subtract 1x there. Now here's what some of you messed up on yesterday. You need to put 1 dot y. Then on one side 0 minus 1 is negative 1x. And then plus 5. You got to put the x first. The 5 comes second. The numbers with the x come first. Then you divide everything by 1. Okay? So negative 1 divided by 1 is negative 1x. Remember, if it's a decimal, we leave it as a fraction, but these are whole numbers. 5 divided by 1 is 5. Okay? Now I got my m and my b. So the slope is negative 1 over 1, and the y-intercept is positive 5. Okay, so on the y-axis we go to 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then from there you go down 1, forward 1. Okay, then I take my ruler and make the line, because that has all the points for the first equation, the line does. Okay, now, the second one. Y by itself, it is not. So I apply a 1 in front, so it has something there. Circle it, it's positive there too, so we don't have to make everything opposite. You have to take out your negative 2x. You take that with adding, okay? Then you make a 0x and you add 2x there, okay? So on this side you got 1 times y. You got to put the x first, and then 0 plus 2 is 2, and then negative 4, okay? Then you divide everything by your 1, okay? So y equals 2 divided by 1 is 2x, negative 4 divided by 1 is negative 4. So you got m and b right there. So the slope is 2, so 2 over 1, and the y-intercept is negative 4. Okay, so the y, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then from there, I go up 2, forward 1. Do it again, and these are most definitely going to cross at a point. Wherever they cross is what I put into the xy coordinate. They cross right here. Now this is the x line. So tell me when to stop. 1, 2, 3. Stop. X is 3. Now number this one. Tell me when you're right lined up. 1, 2. You're lined up. So 2, 3, 2. Okay. Remember, if they're parallel, it's no solution. If I graph the same, if I just am graphing the same line, it's IMS. Now, that's enough of that. Okay, now we're solving the system without graphing. We did this before break a little bit, okay? First, what you do is set up your coordinate. Now, in this assignment, you will always find an x or a y by itself. It doesn't matter which one, okay? So you circle your equals and you look on each side. Right there, there's only an x there. That letter's by itself. It's isolated. So I box it up, and that is known as the base, okay? Now, you circle the other side. That's the base equation. X equals 2y minus 5. X is the base variable. Now, you write your other equation. 2x minus y equals 11. Now, you need to make sure the x and the y both have multipliers. The x has a 2, the y is going to need a 1. Okay? And also, if you have minus, make that plus negative. Okay? Now, whatever letter's the base, that's where the parentheses goes. In this case, it's x, so the base goes to x. Then you scribble out the x and you replace it with 2y plus negative 5. Okay? Now, line it up. So you have a 2. Then you have a parentheses, and inside you insert the expression 2y plus negative 5. Then you close it. Now go and look up top. After the parentheses is closed, you need to put plus negative 1y equals 11. Okay? Now, at this point I should have the same letter, y and y. I do. So now I do the rainbows. Circle the plus. 2 to 2y, 2 to negative 5. So 2 times 2y is 4y, 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. So you line up your equals, you drop your plus straight down, and on one side you put 4y, the other side you put negative 10. And then you got to add the negative 1y, and on the other side of the equals you have 11. Okay? Now, the y's are on the same side, so don't go plus 1. You want to make your v and add, okay? Plus 1 is what you do if they're on different sides. So if I take 4 plus negative 1, that's 3y. Those are done, and I have to add the negative 10, and then I'm equal to 11. So I have times 3 and plus negative 10, okay? So I take out the negative 10 by adding, and that's 21. Divide by 3, and y equals 7. So you put 7 in for y, okay, just like that. Remember to pay attention to what letter you have at the end. Now to find the x, copy your base equation. X equals 2y minus 5. Then I parenthesize the y because I have the answer for y. Whatever letter I have the answer for, I parenthesize it and put 7. Now I put a dot and circle that. 2 times 7 is 14. Okay? So x equals 14 minus 5, or plus negative 5. Now x is by itself, so you get to just add those. Okay? So 14 plus negative 5 is 9. Okay? So 9, 7 is the answer. Okay, next problem. 4x plus 3y equals 0. Y equals negative 2x minus 2. Circle the equals and find me a letter that's by itself. Now that I'm not graphing, it doesn't have to be y. Well, it is y. It's down here. So that y is by itself. That is the base. This is what the other side is equal to. Now write the other equation. Don't get spooked by that 0. 4x plus 3y equals 0. So whatever the base letter is, the parentheses goes to the base. And I put negative 2x minus 2. Make it plus negative on the 2. You can make the first 2 plus negative if you want. I don't care. So I have 4x plus 3. Now I have the parentheses, and inside I put negative 2x plus negative 2. Now after the parentheses is closed, we have equals 0. After the parentheses is closed, you got to write everything that's after it. Okay? And we have x and x. So put the times right there, circle the plus, and you distribute. Okay? Whatever number's right there. So the 3 is a number I'm distributing. I'm taking it times negative 2x, and I'm taking it times negative 2. So it's going to be negative 6x and negative 6. So you line up your equals, you drop your plus, and you put negative 6x on one side and negative 6 on the other. Now the parentheses and the multiplying number is gone. We have to remember to add the 4x. And then over here you have 0. Okay, your x's are on the same side, so you combine them. So 4 plus negative 6 is negative 2x. Then you add the negative 6 that doesn't have the x, and then equals 0. So dot, circle, take out your negative 6 by adding 6. 0 plus 6 is 6, so negative 2 times x equals 6. Now divide by negative 2, and x is the letter. It equals negative 3. So negative 3 is in for the x. Okay. Now to find your y, use the base equation because that's got the y by itself. Plus negative, and insert the parenthesize your x because you have that answer. Negative 3. Now I want you to circle that, please. Negative 2 times negative 3 is 6. Okay, you multiply those two. So y is equal to 6 plus negative 2, and the y is by itself, so all we need to do is simply do the operation on the other side. 6 plus negative 2 is 4. Okay. So there it is. Negative 3, 4. Next problem. X plus 2y equals negative 4. Y equals x minus 5. So I box up the y, I circle the other side. That's my base. I write the other equation, x plus 2y equals negative 4. You're going to want to put a 1 in front of that x. So whatever letters the base is, that's where my parentheses goes. Okay? So I put x minus 5. You can make it plus negative 5 there instead of minus. You can put a 1 in front of the x. So you have 1x outside plus 2, parentheses 1x plus negative 5. Close it. After it's closed, you have equals negative 4. Okay, you have x and x. Now put a dot there. So I distribute from the 2. So we have negative 4 here. Now we drop our plus and we have to take 2 times the 1x and then the negative 5. So that's going to be 2x and that's going to be negative 10. So I have 2x and negative 10. And then you add the 1x. Okay. Here is my equals. The x's are on one side of it, so I just combine by adding. 1x plus 2x is 3x. Plus negative 10 equals negative 4. Okay. So you got a times and a plus. So you take out your number that you're adding, so you add 10. Negative 4 plus 10 is 6. And you divide by 3. And 6 divided by 3 is 2. Now pay attention to what letter it is. X equals 2. To find y, use the equation that's got the y by itself. Now put a 2 in for your y. Now you don't have a number in front of the parentheses, so you ain't got a times crap. Okay? It's just going to be 2 plus negative 5. You could put a 1 there, but I don't know why you'd want to. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 plus negative 5 is negative 3. Okay. So if I don't have a number in front to times by, it's just 2. Okay. All right, x equals y plus 9, and then 5x minus 3y equals 7. So the x is by itself. That's your base. Write the other one. 5x minus 3y equals 7. Make that a plus negative 3. Since x is the base, the parentheses goes to the base. And then y plus 9. Okay, you can put a 1 in front of your y. So you got a 5. Then you make a parentheses and you put 1y plus 9. Now after the parentheses is closed, you got to look. After it's closed, you have plus negative 3y equals 7. Now I got matching letters, y and y. Okay, so we know we're at 7. And then I take 5 times 1y and 5 times 9. So that's 5y, and that's 45. So you drop your plus. On one side you got 5y, the other side you got 45. And then you add your negative 3y. Okay, what's up? You need to talk to me?
Do you happen to have that Vanderbilt for LinkedIn?
Oh shoot, no, I got to do it. I'll do it before I go home tonight.
And I'm here, so if you get it done, just bring it up.
Okay, gotcha. All right, yep. So combine them, and that's going to be 2y plus 45 equals 7. So minus 45, minus 45. 7 minus 45 is negative 38. Then you divide by 2. Now pay attention to the letter. The letter is y. Negative 38 divided by 2 is negative 19. So y is negative 19. Now, go to your base. You have the answer for y. Put it in parentheses. There's no number in front of the parentheses, so it's just, I don't need to times. It's just negative 19 plus 9. That's going to be negative 10. Okay. Okay, now in the last two, some weird stuff's going to happen, but it makes it a quicker problem. X equals negative 2y plus 14. 4x plus 8y equals 16. My base is the x. That's an x. Base. Write the other equation. 4x plus 8y equals 16. Okay, x, parentheses goes to x because that's the base letter. Then you put negative 2y plus 14. So we have a 4. Then the parentheses comes in, and inside I put the negative 2y plus the 14. You close it. But after you close the parentheses, you have to put plus 8y equals 16. Now, here's the plus. 4 times negative 2y is negative 8y. Oops, I'll put it here, show my work. Okay, so you got negative 8y and then 56. Then you have to add your 8y equals 16. Here's a funny thing though, okay? Negative 8 plus 8 is 0. When you have a negative and positive, you're going to put 0y. Don't just put y. 0y plus 56 equals 16. Now when the letter ends up with a 0, you take out the letter. You get rid of that. And are these the same number? No, they're not. They're different numbers on each side. So that's a no solution. Because 56, so it would be like one of those parallel. Okay, then the last problem. Y equals 3x minus 11, and then negative 3x plus y equals negative 11. Okay? This is my base, y. Base could be y or x. Write your other equation, negative 3x plus y equals negative 11, okay? So, apply a 1 there, you should have 3 numbers. Replace your base, parentheses goes to the base. And inside that, you're going to put 3x minus 11. Make it plus negative at that point. So you have negative 3, you got x, you got plus, you got 1, then the parentheses starts. And then you have 3x plus negative 11. Close it, equals negative 11, okay? Here's the plus, okay? So you distribute your 1. Now really you can just drop your plus. 1 times 3x is 3x, 1 times negative 11 is negative 11. And then you add the negative 3x. Well, guess what happens again? Negative 3 plus 3 is 0, so 0x. Plus negative 11 equals negative 11. Well, then 0x takes the x out. We cross out the coordinate, and it's either IMS or NS. Are these the same number? They are, okay? Negative 11, negative 11. See, up here they were different, so it's no solution. When the sides end up at the same number, it's IMS, okay?